Hello there, good people. Welcome to It's a Shaw Thing. I'm your host, Rob Shaw, here to talk a little fantasy football. Thursday, time to go over the matchups. We're getting very close to the weekend. Time to get excited and time to target some players who are available on the waiver wire. Insert them in your lineup because of some favorable matchups. Let's go over 4 such matchups. We start off in Seattle with the Cardinals coming in. This one should be a shootout. Look at what happened last weekend for Seattle. Matt Hasselbeck back healthy. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kurt Warner, you know what he's capable of. So you definitely want to start both quarterbacks in this one. Also, Nate Burleson, TJ Houshmandzadeh. These are the best playmakers Hasselbeck's ever had, and both of these wideouts are enjoying fine seasons. As far as Arizona goes, well, Steve Preston's healthy and performing pretty well now. Obviously, you love Anquan Boldin, Larry Fitzgerald, and that running back. I would not start Julius Jones for Seattle, but I would start Tim Hightower for the Cardinals. All right, next up, Houston against Cincinnati. This should be a good game as well. I'm expecting it to be a shootout. Matt Schaub has been fantastic all year. Ride that horse, my friends. So Matt Schaub, you want to start. Andre Johnson's a must start, and even Owen Daniels having a heck of a season at tight end. Those are guys you want to start. For Cincinnati, the usual suspects, Chad Ochocinco, Carson Palmer, great starts. You definitely have to start for every single week, Cedric Benson. And then finally, an additional wideout, not Lavernius Coles. He was very disappointing last weekend, dropping what would have been a certain touchdown pass. Instead, go with Chris Henry, the capable tall wideout, has been great off the field. Now it's time for him to start giving us some solid numbers on it as well. We'll talk more about him later in the week. And next up, St. Louis against the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 struggling teams who should enjoy fine weekends. I like Torrey Holt in this one for the Jaguars. He's coming back against his old team. Should put up a pretty good performance there. Mike Sims-Walker expected to play in this one. Hopefully he doesn't miss curfew, so he should be a good start. And David Garrard, even though he was a disaster last week because of all of the fumbles, he didn't throw any interceptions and he threw for a decent amount of yardage. He's a must-start. Mojo, you start every single weekend. For St. Louis, Bolger, it's a risky start, but the Jaguars' defense has been pretty soft, and Bolger looked fantastic when he returned last weekend. Donnie Avery, also a potential start here if you are forced to start guys who you normally wouldn't because of bye week. Steven Jackson at running back is another fine start for the Rams. And finally, Kansas City against the Washington Redskins. I expect this one to be a fun shootout. Remember, Miles Austin racked up 250 yards against KC last weekend, so maybe it's time for Santana Moss to put up big numbers. Jason Campbell, not a bad start. Also, Chris Cooley. Clinton Portis coming off a decent weekend. You might want to consider starting him. For Kansas City, 3 consecutive weeks in a row with Matt Castle putting up at least 2 touchdowns. He's a guy I think you do want to start, as well as Dwayne Bowe. I would continue to bench Larry Johnson until he proves that he is capable of putting up decent production. Well, that's all for now. Those are the matchups. Tomorrow we go over who to bench, who to start, all that and more coming your way right here at opensports.com.